This is the year 1857. A series of rebellions break out in different parts of India against the British East India Company. While different colonial and Marxist historians and scholars describe the revolt by different names like the Sepoy Mutiny, the Muslim conspiracy, clash between civilization and barbarians, and even neither first nor the National War of Independence. It was only referred to as the First War of Independence by Veer Savarkar in 1902 in his book called The Indian War of Independence, which was subsequently banned by the British. As opposed to the general perception that this revolt existed in sprouts and was limited only to a few pockets of present-day Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Bengal, Madhya Pradesh and nearby areas, it was wider in scope and scale. So much so that had it not been for a few princely states that supported the British, the fire of 1857 would have swept the colonial masters for good. Lord Canning, the Governor-General during the revolt, in fact mentions, "If Scindias join the revolt, we will have to pack off tomorrow," or that the princely states acted as backwaters to the storm which would have otherwise swept us in one wave. A lot is talked about the revolt in places where it began: Bharatpur, Meerut, Delhi, Bareilly, Jhansi, Lucknow, Kanpur, Patna, and other cants of Indian sepoys. However, in this series, we wish to focus on revolts in Marudhar, that is Rajasthan. Let's begin. The Spark in Nasirabad. March 29, 1857. Mangal Pandey of the 34th Regiment of Bengal Native Infantry declared his rebellion against the company, which led to his hanging on April 8, 1857. Cut to May 10th, the famed revolt broke out in Meerut. The sepoys rebelled against their commanding officers and proceeded to Delhi. There, they met the Mughal puppet Bahadur Shah Zafar and literally threatened and coerced him to lead the revolt as a titular Badshah. In the ensuing month of May, the revolt spread to distant parts of the country as far as Burma and Peshawar, and even to the present-day areas of Odisha and Telangana. In Rajasthan, however, the first spark was witnessed on May 28, 1857 at Nasirabad cantonment in Ajmer. George Lawrence, who was a British agent in Mewat state, had been named the Brigadier General of all the British forces in Rajputana. The British officers and the company had already become suspicious and lost faith in the infantry. So when the news of uprising in Meerut reached Lawrence, he sent the 15th Bengal Native Infantry from Ajmer to Nasirabad, due to which a sense of dissatisfaction arose amongst the soldiers who were stationed in Nasirabad. Additionally, and quite unwittingly, the British summoned their troops in Bombay to investigate the infantry unit in Nasirabad, which further incensed these soldiers. As if only a spark was needed for the fueled infantrymen, as soon as the news of rebellion in Meerut reached their ears, the soldiers of the native infantry in Nasirabad rose in opposition to the British on 28 May 1857. Next, the soldiers of the 30th Native Infantry also joined the rebellion. After attacking their senior officers and capturing the cantonment, they set fire to it and marched to join their compatriots in Delhi, proclaiming "Chalo Delhi." On May 30th, the soldiers in Bharatpur also rebelled, and their British officer Major Morrison fled to Agra as a result. This is how 165 years ago on this day, that is May 28th, the people of Bharat in Rajasthan first rose against the oppressive and brutal British rule and challenged the colonial might by playing their part in the First War of Indian Independence. In this episode, we saw how the revolt of 1857 began in Rajasthan from Nasirabad and Bharatpur. In the coming episodes, we will look at how this revolt unfolded in other parts of Rajasthan, its features, its causes, and its various forms. Stay tuned to CityScope for the next episode in the series, Rajasthan in 1857.